How you doing, world? This is JJ, and I'm your host with African American News Channel. Now, before we get started with today's videos, I want to do a special announcement. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, please click on the About section on the page. It's 3 different ways you can support the channel. The first way is you can click on African Diaspora Art. It takes you straight to our website. We have African Diaspora Art made by us, art team, original art from the Africa diaspora that you guys will love. Please check out the website and take a look at the beautiful art. The second way you can support the channel is hitting the Cash App link button on the About page. It takes you straight to our Cash App. You can donate to the channel if you want to support, if you love the channel, if you're a fan or a big member of the channel, you can support the channel that way. The third way you can support the channel is right under this video. It's a thanks button. You can hit that thanks button and support the channel and give the channel your thanks. Why this is so important to us? Because half of the money we earn on this channel through your support, through Google ads, is all going to help kids in Africa go to school. It's going to help kids in Africa get food for school. It's going to help kids in Africa get transportation to school. It's going to also help kids in Africa get uniforms for school. And it's going to help the little children in Africa get toys to play with. This is our mission, and we really want to help, and we definitely appreciate you guys' support who want to help us and join this mission with us. Anybody who give a donation, anybody who buy art from our website, anybody who hit the thanks button, comment under this video, and we will definitely shout you out. Once we get enough money to support our mission, we will definitely let you guys see our mission step by step, and you guys will see what your help has done for the people in Africa. We will make a video about that, showing you live what we are doing for the people in Africa. You will not only see a video, but you will also hear from the people in Africa that's currently in Africa that will be in Africa when we help them. So please help us support this mission. Now today, we have some very interesting videos for you guys. So grab your popcorn, grab you something cold to drink, and come right back. Because you don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. Now my first video is about an African American woman who says, why is black culture not important because white people partake in it? So just because white people partake in black culture, it means it's not important? Huh? Watch this video.
And like I said, Caribbean people really kill me because y'all realize that y'all were taken from Africa too. And the same way y'all formed your own culture, Jamaica, Trinidad, Haiti, all the West Indian islands, y'all formed your own culture, your own food, your own music. That's great. Americans, we did the same thing. We just happen to be in a country where we live with a lot of white people, and they also partake in our culture. So why is our culture any less because white people partake in it? Y'all formed your own, we formed our own. What's the difference? And 2, when African people, y'all be like, oh, y'all don't know where you come from. Yeah, half of my freaking ancestral history has been erased. How am I supposed to know where I come from? And then when we try to partake in African culture, y'all tell us we don't belong, and that's not who we are.
How did you guys like that video? Was she right or was she wrong? Comment below. Now, my next video is about an African American woman giving her reviews on an African woman video talking about African Americans. Why we can't all just get along? Watch this video.
So, a big disclaimer to this video I'm about to make now. It's just something that has been pondering in my mind that I want to put it out there. Maybe someone has a better view of it or can explain better. I don't know. But this video is about those black skin Americans that call themselves African Americans. No offense, and I'm not trying to be racist in any way, shape, or form. It's all love from my end.
It's all love.
I just want to get a better view of it.
All right.
So when you see a black-skinned American, they go, oh, I am African American. Oh, you're from Africa. No, I am African American. Instead of using, I am a black American. Now, these set of people do not have any idea what the African race is or what the culture is. They don't even study to know their history, because the history that tie us with them is the slave trade and all that stuff. So if you're answering a certain name, at least you should find out that why you're being called that, right? Anyone would. And they don't even like associating themselves with Africans. In fact, most of them are racist to Africans.
Prejudice.
And when they visit some of all these African countries, they are the ones that have the most negative things to say about Africa.
Lies.
No offense.
Bruh, oh my gosh, I really can't fathom some of this stuff. Like, I feel like a lot of y'all just pick up your phone and just decide to choose violence and just decide to just want to pick on us specifically. Like, okay, you guys are confused why the government calls us African American, and then it was installed into our heads since we were kids that this is what we are considered to be. A lot of our people don't know who they are, right? I know where I come from, and my people, this is their land. I'm not saying that you can't be African, but I'm just saying, you guys, the ancestry tests say basically your ancestors was hoes. They was everywhere on the fucking map, just fucking around. Like you're white, you're from say you're from Tanzania, Nigeria, say you from a lot of different places. Why would you believe something like that coming from people that enslaved us? Some of y'all be lost. But just call yourself Black Americans. They don't want you to call yourselves African American.
How do you guys feel about that video? Was the African girl right or was she wrong? Was the African American girl giving her review on the African woman video? Was she right or was she wrong? Comment below. Now, my next video is about an African American woman who says, I am not black. Black is a political classification. Watch this video.
Part 4 of Death to Diaspora Wars. If you are not black, you already know the drill. Here's the Venmo and Cash App. For this part, we're going to do another.
Oh, who's gonna tell her? It's always got to be the 4 C's, huh? Hi, sister. Yes, so I am not black, but black is a political classification to denote disenfranchisement. It has no legal standing. Black, a color, any color is not a nationality. So when we reject that, that's what we're doing. We're rejecting the denotation of the removal of our civil rights. And then also Civiliter Mortis claims that with that black classification, you can be killed with impunity. So that's why a lot of times they get off. That's why a lot of times we can't even win our reparation case, because we're coming in trying to claim a color instead of a heritage or an inheritance as American freedmen. We are Americans. I know you really hate the idea that we don't want to claim African. This is something our ancestors were doing in the early 1800s. Maybe you could check with yours. In the early 1800s, we have denotation of this as well. We have journalist articles. And even today, a lot of our elders, they are still trying to understand, why do we think that we're African? So it is very important. Our tradition is oral, so we continue to pass down. So it is the Columbus myth that got you believing that human life can only originate in Africa. And it's like you're almost saying that melanin can only exist in one place, like life can only spring out of one. So we believe that life can happen simultaneously all over the world. So photosynthesis, melanin can occur. Maybe you need to read up on a little bit of Dr. Layla Africa, and you can learn a little bit more about the effects of melanin. You and I would not be in the same tribe just based off our skin color alone. So I know you want to loop us up in one, but in Cherokee, a lot of American Indigenous, Muskogee Nation, the Seminole, Blackfoot, we all believe that it is important to respect the diversity of each tribe. Upon colonization, in the early, 16th century,
a lot of our ancestors were noting that basically we were already here and we greeted different groups. And so with that, every tribe had its own distinct culture and we respected that, but we can still come together as one as a whole. But the Bear Clan and the Wild Potato Clan, they understand the differences. And maybe if you could like loosen a little bit of that irritation, maybe go get some Queen of Full womb health. You know, get that womb health. That'll clear up a lot of that irritation that you have. So I think a little bit of that is you really just want to be a part of our communities, but a lot of people wouldn't see you as one of us. And so, you know, the way you think, really, that's what it is. I'd rather join with the like-minded. So indigenous culture, Americana, stand up and don't fall for the CRT and the Columbus myths. We really got a lot of work to do.
You guys ain't black. You guys are colored. You guys ain't colored. You guys are niggas. You guys ain't niggas. You guys are Negroes. You guys ain't Negroes. You guys are copper. You guys ain't copper. You guys are American Indians. You guys ain't American Indians. You guys are black. You guys ain't black. You guys are African American. They have changed our name for years. So I wonder why a lot of African Americans and Black Americans have identity crisis. They have changed our name every 10 years. They get on the Census Bureau. Let's change your name to this. Let's change your name to this. So I can understand why a lot of African Americans is confused. I will touch back on that on a later video. But how did you guys feel about her video? Was she right or was she wrong? Comment below.
Can we please stop the diaspora wars? It is the most stupid thing I've ever seen in my life. My mutual just said I can't celebrate Black History Month as a Haitian American. This is ridiculous. Every single day, Black people fight about the wrong things. Why are we always fighting about the wrong things? You don't see a problem with this? You don't see how weird it is to be divided in this country? In this world? Like, at the end of the day, we're all taking losses. Like, we are all, as a unit, taking losses. If you're from the Caribbean, you don't know directly where your ancestors are either. You was brought to somewhere you don't know either. Our culture is so similar. And yet, we are so divisive. Like, it makes no sense. At this rate, we are no better than our oppressors. And you can fight me on that. Vin bat moi.
All black people, we need to come together. Whether you Caribbean black, whether you Haitian black, whether you Jamaican black, whether you Latina black, whether you Dominican Republic black, whether you American black, whether you London black, whether you Canadian black, whether you England black. If you black, we need to come together. Now, my next video is about a Haitian woman currently living in America who says black people argue about the wrong stuff. Ugh. Watch this video. How did you guys feel about that video? Was she right or was she wrong? Comment below. Now, my next video is about an African woman who says the African experience and the African American experience is two different experiences. You want to know why she says two different experiences? Watch this video.
This video is kind of hard to make because there's so much I want to say, but I can't fit into 3 minutes. So I'm just going to say what I can. And I'm speaking as a Nigerian. I'm going to say Africa a lot, but I'm going to bring it down to the Nigerian experience because I will not speak for all of Africa because all of Africa is very diverse. The history of Africa is so differing that the history of Nigeria is so different from its next neighbor, literally Togo, Benin, Ghana. It's so different from Equatorial Guinea, different from Cameroon, different from Ethiopia, different from South Africa. Our histories are so different. Our challenges are so different. We've got colonialism, slavery, xenophobia, apartheid, things like this, colorism, tribalism. Our challenges are different. Now, when we do leave the continent and go somewhere else, and we meet African Americans, the thing is, the African Americans have a Black experience. Africans don't have a Black experience. They have a Nigerian experience, an Ethiopian experience, a South African experience. They don't have a Black experience. We are not a monolith. But African Americans do tend to seem as though within that unity of blackness, they want to be a monolith, or they want others to join that monolith. But Black people are not a monolith. They're very different. They think differently, they act differently, different cultures, different traditions, different thought processes, different types of prejudice and bias. So here's the thing. Because of this prejudice and bias, when you meet people and you don't know their histories, you don't know what their challenges are, when you speak with them, you will feel that they don't understand you. They will feel that you don't understand them. If you try to project your idea of what it should mean to be Black onto another person who already has an idea of what it means to be part of Africa, not Black, but part of Africa, South African, Ethiopian, Angolan, whatever it is, Sudanese, you will find that there will be a bit of a struggle there because we don't want to align with something that is foreign to us. It's not bad that African Americans have that Black experience because you've created a culture after your cultures and traditions were wiped away, literally stripped from you. But the African experience has not been stripped. Some of us don't even know our own histories or how the white man or their decisions changed, our lives. Some of us don't even think that the white people, are our problems, while you do. So there's so many differences that we need to have conversations for understanding rather than thinking one feels superior to another, because that should not be the basis of it.
How did you guys feel about that video? Was she right or was she wrong? Comment below. Now, my take on today's videos is this. The African experience and the African American experience, it is two different experiences. That's why we need to come together as people, create social groups, create study groups where we can learn each other's culture from one another and see what's bothering one another. Because at the end of the day, it's just emotions. African Americans want to go back home and the Africans want us to go back home. We just don't know how to tell each other that we miss each other. So it's a lot of confusion. So we need to sit down and have study groups, have social groups so we can get all that stuff out our chest in a good way and turn the negative into positive. We can help each other. We can learn from each other. We can embrace our culture. Because let me tell you one thing, the African culture and the African American culture is two beautiful cultures. My name is JJ. I'm your host with African American News Channel. If you like today's videos, please like, subscribe, and comment and help the channel out a lot. God bless you all. Have a good day and know that you are loved.
Happy Black History Month, y'all. Now, if you're a member of the African diaspora and you're not a Black American and you struggle with your anti-Black Americanness, as a first-generation American and a daughter of the diaspora, I am here to help. Now, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're trying to put Black American names in your mouth, ask yourselves the following. Am I a descendant of African chattel slavery? If so, shut the fuck up. Do I come from a country that was carved out by a bunch of white dudes at a conference a couple hundred years ago for the sole purpose of plundering my country's resources and still do to this day by way of multinational companies, even though we are independent? If so, shut the fuck up. Do the judges in my country still wear white wigs? If so, shut the fuck up. Have I ever sent a barrel home? Has there been a coup or a famine in my country in the last 50 years? If so, shut the fuck up. Is Western Christianity the #1 religion in my country? If so, shut the fuck up. Is one of the official languages in my country a European-based language? Did I come here for a better life? If so, sit on that irony and shut the fuck up. We've just been oppressed by different sides of the same family. This Black History Moment is sponsored by Shut the Fuck Up.